Welcome in, everybody. Dr. Jen and I are talking about chapter 19 of this wonderful book, 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think by Brianna Weist. And every Wednesday we come on here live and we talk about a chapter. So we're up to 19. Can you believe it?
I know.
How did
I
that
I
happen? 19 weeks in a row we've done this.
I don't know, but I really like this chapter.
Yes, it is so good. It's called The Little Things You Don't Realize Are Affecting How You Feel About Your Body. And this is so important to us because being in the
Yes.
wellness space and helping so many men and women, feel better in their health, in their body. And it's so important to understand the things that do
Mm-hmm.
affect the way we think about our body. Um, and number one, right off the bat, how your parents felt
Mm.
about their body, and I can even say grandparents
Yeah.
felt about their body. It passes down from generation to generation, and then the only thing you can do is educate yourself and kind of change that rhythm in your family.
Mm-hmm.
So much has changed, and even my mom and dad use our supplements, and they've had great results. My sister, my whole family, all my friends. So it's just important to kind of think about, where do these thoughts come from and how we feel about our body.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Well, we all know this, that as children, if you're sitting around the table and your parents say things like, "Don't eat stuff like that, you're going to get fat."
Right.
The stuff that puts in
Right.
the back of your mind, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so often.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
I think that's what she's talking about here, right?
Yes. And she
Yeah.
says the way we talk to our children becomes their inner voice. So yes,
Yeah.
if even if my mom or my grandma were talking about themselves in a negative light, that registers with me, and that becomes a part of my inner voice.
Mhm.
And then you have to get to the point where you realize it, acknowledge it, and then if you want to change it, you have to take the steps to change your thinking, to a healthier mindset.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
And number 2, I love some of these Photoshop. The
Yes, being a
Photoshop is ruining.
photographer.
Yeah, Photoshop is
Back
ruining society.
It
Yeah.
is. And back in the day when I had my studio, I literally had a method I called minus 10 years. So if I
Mhm.
was taking a family portrait or whatever, and the wife would say to me, "Oh, can you take 10 years off?" And yeah, I can do the minus 10 years in Photoshop. And it just smoothed out a little bit of the wrinkles, just perked them up
Mhm.
just a little bit, but it wasn't fake. But you can
Yeah.
go anywhere from that to, AI, where you look like a cartoon.
Yeah, I
So
know
it
it's
does, it
crazy.
has a
It's
huge
crazy.
influence on us.
Yeah.
Huge. And, the models, how they chisel in their waist and they lift everything and thin their face. It's incredible. And if you don't know that's what they're doing, you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's just it.
So
If you don't
social
know, you don't
media
know.
has a
Yeah.
huge influence on us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Huge. What did you think about number three? The attitudes of the first people you dated or might be intimate with, whether or not they appreciated your body for the completely awesome thing that it is and was, that
I
can
think
have
that's
cause a
really
huge
interesting.
problem. Yes.
Yeah, I've never really thought about that before, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. Yeah,
Right.
on
Because
how
if
that could be a huge hang up for some people that have a
yes.
really bad, well, basically like first experience. The first
Right.
experience dating someone, you if you,
Right.
especially if you're really young and you're a teen and you start dating someone,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you know what happens in those young ages, when you're young and there's a breakup, it's usually very
Yes.
ridiculous and callous. And the man, like if we're going from the women's perspective, the man might say, "Well, you're fat anyway." And,
Yes.
those kind of things. "Well, I don't want to be with you anyway because you're this or you're that." And that does create a crazy body image
Yes. That can
for
haunt
for
you.
so many women. So I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
a bad experience, but I could see
Mm-hmm.
how that could really impact people.
Definitely. It's a voice that you will hear for years
Yeah.
upon years later. And
Yeah.
it's not good. Words
Yeah.
are so powerful. And one person could say one thing to you one time, and you're going to
Yep.
carry that for a long
Yes, because
time.
that
Yep,
negative mindset will stick so much harder than
exactly,
anything else.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Number four, how you judge other people. What you first reach to insult someone with, especially when it's
Yeah.
physical, says so much more about you than them. Well, that's in everything, whether it's body,
Yep.
mind. And it's interesting how you you gravitate right to the thing that you're self-conscious about off
Oh,
the bat to
absolutely.
criticize someone
Absolutely.
else.
Hmm.
Not a
It
good
is
practice.
it is crazy, and it's
Yes,
crazy that it really is a thing. It
yes, it
really is a
is.
thing, and we have to inwardly look at that and say, okay, this person is making me feel uncomfortable. Is it a feeling of jealousy?
Hmm.
Is it a feeling of frustration because I don't look like that? Yeah, you
Right.
really have to inwardly look at it and see where it's
Well,
coming from.
and just looking at people in a critical way is something that I've worked on really hard for many years because
Hmm.
um, I want to see the good in people. And so if I've kind of trained myself, if I think something negative about someone, then I make myself say two or three positive things to myself about that person.
Oh,
But,
there you
so
go.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
retraining the brain. But I will say, when you're at O'Hare, you just sit there in shock at all the different people and all the different things they're doing. And you
Yeah.
just can't even believe it.
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
is
People
so
watching can be a while.
funny. I know. It's like for entertainment though.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
criticizing them. I'm just like, wow, that's interesting.
It's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
It's it's wild. Now,
It is.
girl,
Yes.
page two, I have like
Yes.
highlighted notes.
Same.
Like, okay, yeah, like
Yes.
I blew up page two absolutely and completely.
Yep.
So we really want to dive into it.
Okay.
So, number five, the way your friends treat their bodies and behave.
Mm-hmm.
It's less about what they say to you or about themselves and much more what you pick up through their actions. I find this very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like how the we begin to subconsciously adopt this mindset of the group of people we hang out with most. Like we hear this all
Mm-hmm.
the time.
Yes.
Like you're the accumulation of the five people you hang out with the most. And
Right.
it's really true. Like think about it. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you hang out with five alcoholics, are you most likely going to drink?
Yes, you certainly are.
Versus if you hang out with five gym rats,
Yeah.
are you going
Then
to start working out?
mm-hmm. You are.
How you
You
treat
really
your
are.
body absolutely
Yes.
is. You know, how those other people treat you. And it's just, it's subconscious. Like those other people are
Right.
doing things to support their bodies or not support their
Mm-hmm.
bodies in a certain way.
Right.
And you're autonomically, your body just starts moving in with the group and doing exactly what
Exactly.
they do. And
Right.
it's,
This is why
I
it's so
mean,
important who you hang out with. And this is something I told my kids all the time.
oh, yeah.
You are the sum of the five people you hang out with most. And are you hanging out with the five best people that will
Yeah.
have a positive influence? And they did have good friends, but there were times when I called that into question, and hopefully they took that into consideration. We'll see. They have great friends now. So,
Well, it takes us like a good 40 years to start
right.
learning, to
Don't you
learn some
think
of
when
this stuff.
you hit 30, I feel like is when you start really, for me
Paying
anyway, that's when
attention a little bit.
yeah, like it
Yeah.
really started clicking, and I feel like I started learning so much. But went from 25 to 30, I had three little kids. So you can't really think about much other than the kids at that point, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So true.
So, all right, number six, the media you consume, the books, the magazines, the websites, the social media, the TV shows, everything you are inputting into your system, into your brain, it actually
Mm-hmm.
has an effect on who you are and how you feel about your body because you're seeing
Oh, yeah.
so many different things. And again, that goes back to the Photoshop, it goes back to AI. Um, but that is going to affect how you feel about yourself. And
That's,
can't you tell when you are on social media too much? At least for me, I I can start to feel this heaviness and there's good things on social media and YouTube and all that, but there's also a lot of negative, and I can feel
Oh
that
yeah.
starting to weigh me down, and I have to recognize it. I'm recognizing it much faster now than I ever have, and just say, okay, I need to be off of that more. I'll go on, do my
Oh,
business, and move on.
girl, I'm extreme. I mean, I follow that motto, change your algorithm. Like if
Mm-hmm.
one thing pops up on my feed about politics,
Oh,
I block it.
yes.
I unfriend the person, unfollow the person, and I block. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care.
Just not
I
letting that
don't
into
want
your
to
life.
hear about it.
Right.
That's a trigger thing for me.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with it. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
know about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
Like, I understand it all exists and I'm not ignoring
Right.
it, but I
But
want
you're not
peace.
diving into it. And it's a trigger for you.
No.
That's interesting. It has
Oh,
become a trigger for me because the
I can't
last
stand
10 years have
politics.
been so volatile. So let's just do this. We all have our own opinion. Let's just accept each other for who we are. I'm not going to cut someone
And
out of my life.
it never happens, Tanya. That's why I just unfollow. I just
Yes.
unfollow. I don't like, I mean, if people are extreme and radical and just crazy,
Yes.
I
I can't
completely
do it.
block it out of my
No.
algorithm because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Mm-hmm.
even, like, I can't.
Right.
But if it's just something I don't agree with, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't want to feel triggered. This is a
Yeah.
constant theme in this person's thing. And I'm
Right.
not here. I don't get on social media to talk politics. I get on social
Mm-hmm.
media for fun, entertainment, and inspiration.
Education.
And that's it.
Education.
Yes.
Yes.
To be
Yes.
inspired,
You
to
have the
wake
right
up
to do
with
that.
a, yeah. And so I get it.
That's
And
good.
if people can post whatever they want, and
Right.
I cannot read it.
Exactly. It's
So I don't.
freedom.
Yeah. I just
Freedom.
unfollow. It's so easy.
Oh, all right.
No,
So that was number 6. You're on 7.
your heritage in your hometown.
Ooh.
Food is an integral part of culture, 110%. It's what we
Yes.
socialize around.
Oh,
It's
yes.
tied to the culture in which you were raised. Now,
Yes.
this is a big one. So, I come from a town. Rochelle is also known as Little Mexico. Large Hispanic
I didn't know
population.
that.
Yes,
Oh, I didn't know
lots of
that.
great. Okay, so I love
Oh,
Mexican food.
me too.
Maybe because I grew up in Rochelle and I'm
Right. I'm
surrounded
sure.
by, we have some great authentic Mexican food in my hometown,
Mm-hmm.
and a very large Hispanic population, and there is so much struggle with carbs and the tortillas and the chips and some of the food in that culture. If you look at the statistics, that culture struggles with blood
Mm-hmm.
sugar and weight, and it is a lot from the food, from the culture
Yes.
itself.
From their culture. Right.
And so I have found myself, even just living in this town, eating the same, following those cultural norms, and
Mm-hmm.
absolutely loving the food. And it's so easy to get stuck
To
in that
fall.
cycle.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's so easy to see that. And then, not to mention, it's summertime. A lot of people are going to the fairs and the vendors and the food trucks, and it becomes part of our summer culture. It's summer
Mm-hmm.
culture, is what
Right.
I'd call it.
Right.
We have to enjoy the ice cream and the food trucks and the this and the this and the this and this.
Mm-hmm. Farmers markets. The Beloit
Yeah.
Farmers Market now has a whole street full of food trucks that are available during the farmers market. So, yeah, it's everywhere during the summer, right? And
And
that's what I love about the protocol that we follow is it's you can flex with it.
yeah, give you
Um,
some freedom.
yes, you have some
Absolutely.
freedom on the weekends, still drinking our tea and our fiber, but
Yeah.
and then flexing with the fasting that we do,
Yeah.
having longer fasts after that. It's a beautiful thing. It is so wonderful. Otherwise, if you're not doing what we're doing, then the weight starts to come on.
Yeah,
The
well,
other,
it's all about metabolic flexibility. Once you
right,
obtain metabolic flexibility, so we use the protocol to obtain metabolic flexibility. I mean,
right.
honestly, that's the number one goal. And then
Mm-hmm.
once we obtain that, well, guess what? You can still enjoy some of those things
Yes.
in moderation. You just
Right.
can't go crazy, but nobody can. It's the excess for anybody that causes
I
all the
know.
problems. So,
Right.
I
Too
mean,
much
I
of
absolutely love
anything.
it.
Yeah, I
Yep.
do too. Even on our
Yep.
cruise, I indulged a few little desserts here and there. I mean, the desserts are really little.
Tiny,
So Randy
tiny.
and I would split,
Yeah.
um, but didn't gain any weight at all.
That's awesome.
Focused
That's
on
what
my protein,
that's what I
healthy
love the
food.
best.
I know.
Because remember, do you remember past us? Like you'd go on vacation, you literally gained
Yes.
10 pounds.
Yes.
10 pounds.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I would be like, what did I even eat? What did I even drink? And then I start
Exactly.
thinking of it. And then I look at the bills and I'm like, oh yeah,
Oh,
breakfast, lunch,
yeah.
dinner, gas
Right.
station, snacks,
Right.
blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's just food, 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 food.
Right. Well, and
I
one thing that
know.
really helps me, and I know this, and this is my choice, is that I don't drink alcohol and I don't want to drink
Yeah.
my calories. So that right there, just taking that out of the
Oh, that can be
equation
big.
is huge.
Yeah. Yeah,
Huge. I love
absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Okay, number 8. Whether or not you've been in a relationship in which you felt your connection was more than just skin deep.
That's
So it
interesting.
is.
See, this is another one I
Mm,
don't really relate to.
okay.
Um,
It's hard to
and I'm
believe that
not
love
sure.
can exist without hinging on physical expectations.
Yeah.
You start to realize that appearance really doesn't matter most. Yeah, you want someone who loves you for you, not for your body, not for your physical expectations, but who you are,
Yeah,
who you
absolutely.
are. And so that can definitely affect how you feel about your body. No
Yeah. I
doubt
guess
about it.
I guess I have been one of those people that never really cared what someone thought about what I
That's
physically look
good.
like, which is
That's because,
I don't know if that's delusional, delusional, Tanya, or if I just haven't been.
well, I think,
I
you have to love yourself first before you can love others. And what that says to me is that you are confident in who you are and that you love yourself first and that what everyone else thinks is not important to you because you know who you are. And that's a
Well,
great thing.
I wish that I could say I'm that deep, but I'll be honest with you. I think I've always just liked chubby guys. And so I've always been the smaller person in the relationship. And so
Okay.
nobody's ever been able to talk down to me like that because they've
That's
always
true.
been bigger than me. Isn't
Yeah,
that funny?
that is so funny.
So
Yep.
I would love to say that I'm that deep and have really thought about all that,
Well, I'm going to say
but
you are.
I'm just gonna kind of like chubby guys. So, that's a whole different ball game.
Well,
So,
Mike doesn't want
yeah,
to be
it's
chubby.
funny.
He wants to be muscular.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, he has changed a lot in the
He
last few
has.
years.
Yes.
There was a time there was a time that he was a very, very big boy and wearing 3X shirts and I was
Yes,
like,
I saw that picture, his before picture.
he had some I mean, shirts that were a full-on blanket and a half for me.
Yeah, I bet.
And that's a whole different ball game. So he's
Right.
done amazing. He's done absolutely amazing. I couldn't be
Yeah,
more
he looks
proud.
great. He looks
But
great.
that leads us right into 9. If you
Okay.
are associating
Oh.
fitness with being a means to the end and that end
Mm.
being a different body as opposed to being something holistic to keep yourself running. So
Mm.
I triple starred this
Triple
and
star.
triple starred this for a reason because this is the true goal. Yes, of course. Working out, losing weight, you look better.
Hmm.
Okay. And we all feel more confident. But the goal isn't actually to look better, it's to feel better.
Yes.
It's to metabolically feel better. Like
Hmm.
our energy is up. We can move. We have better movement. We're more comfortable. Our inflammation is down. And it's great to look good. And it's great to
Right.
look good. But if you go into any lifestyle journey, into any diet, into any kind of any kind of system where you're trying to get healthier or lose weight and your only focus is to look good,
Right.
you're most likely going to be disappointed
Hmm.
because it starts from the inside out. You got to heal your
Hmm.
gut health. You got to take down inflammation. And those are
Right.
small steps that happen across, like you'll lose some inches first. And so many people, if they're just focused on looking like a bombshell, may not notice the inflammation coming down,
Hmm.
the energy going up, the better sleep at night, the small changes that occur before the big radical feeling good
Hmm.
changes. So
Right.
that's why that was a triple star for me, because I
That's
feel
good.
like so many people associate that. They associate with going to the gym with looking good.
Right.
And we really,
Superficial, really.
yeah,
It's
and we
not
really
about
need to
the,
associate, yeah, we really need to
yes,
associate going to the gym with feeling better,
yes.
living longer,
Hmm.
improving our
Absolutely.
numbers. Yeah.
Absolutely. So important.
Yeah.
I had the number 10 triple starred.
Okay.
How genuine your friendships are have an effect on how you feel about your body. So, if
True.
you don't have anybody in your life that you know that think you are important for who you are and not what you do for them, your attentions will generally be focused on maintaining a physical or exterior kind of acceptability. So, at this point in my life, anyone that's a friend in my life, they're in my life because I love them for who they are, not how they look, not what they do. Um,
Yeah.
and that is just so important. Um, Again, it's that superficial friendship, it's the superficial
Yeah.
wanting to lose weight so you look good. Um, and I think part of that comes with age and experience and really
Mm-hmm.
figuring out who you are and who you want to be and what you want to stand for. And you want that health to come from the
Mm-hmm.
health and happiness and joy and all that to come from inside of who you are,
Oh, I
not
love
from
that.
the outside. So friendships are so important as go through life, that you always
Mm-hmm.
have someone there that you know um, that kind of my friends that I've been friends with for 30, 40 years, they've seen me in so many different stages of life and they've
Mm-hmm.
loved me through each one, and not all of them have been pretty, believe me. So that is a true friendship to me, is that you've
Oh,
loved each
yeah.
other as you've, even with Randy, we've grown up together. Basically, we got married so long ago. um, and the version of who we are now is not the version we were when we got married 40 years ago. So it's evolution of relationships, and it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. It is a
Yes.
beautiful thing. I love that. Um, so number 11 here,
Ooh,
catcalling
cat
and
calls.
what what people yell on the I love it. When people yell on the street are meant to be
Yes.
complimentary or
Mm-hmm.
arbitrary, but they still reduce you to a commodity. I
Yes.
find that interesting.
Mm-hmm. You feel cheap. You feel like, I mean, it kind of
Yeah,
feels good, but you're like, oh, really? I mean, it just
just
happens all
wild.
the time, right?
Right. I mean,
No.
it's something me and Tanya struggle with on a daily. It's hard to
No,
walk into work.
hardly.
Um, yeah, this is actually not relatable to me at
Not
all,
not much at all.
but that's okay. I'm sure it
Right.
is. I'm sure there's a lot of people who have been frustrated with such a thing, what people
Right.
say in public by what they look like.
Right.
So, good or bad.
Number 12.
And
Oh, did you want to say more
no,
about the
I
cat
love
calls?
12.
Okay, you
No,
love
I
12.
love 12.
Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't. Okay, how much you understand about health versus your genetic buildup, the fact that we don't ever lose fat cells, they just shrink. And the concept of being big versus small, heavy versus light is completely subjective to each person. And what came out to me in this kind of like triggered me was because so much of my life I've always been told, oh, you're big boned. No, I'm not actually. I'm not big boned. I'm tall, but I'm not big boned, because if you measure your wrist, you can tell if you're small, medium, or large, big, big boned, whatever. That just annoys me. Don't tell me I'm big boned.
Oh, big bones. I'm telling you what. This is the
Oh,
most. And when it comes to fat cells, okay, so we all have the same amount of
yes.
fat cells.
Right.
They shrink, they
They
get big. We
shrink. They
fill
don't
them with
lose.
sugar. We fill them
Right.
with sugar, or we flush them with hydration.
Yes.
And I just, I absolutely love that when it comes to our health and wellness concept and what we talk about all the time, because
Mm-hmm.
the whole concept of big, or I'm big, I'm small, like you said, big boned or whatever, I'm
Mm-hmm.
heavy, I'm light, that is all subjective to how you feel.
Right.
It
Absolutely.
really truly is. And
Mm-hmm.
so there is going to be seasons of your life where you feel bigger or smaller or lighter
Mm-hmm.
or heavier, and that's all subjected to you and absolutely nobody else.
Right.
And so just remember that it all comes from internally.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes from that internal voice.
Did
Um,
did you have anything about 13? Otherwise, I have stuff on 14. I thought that was really good.
oh yeah, let's skip to 14.
14, not spending time outside. Wow, that is definitely going to feel affect how you feel about your body because the
Yep.
sun regenerates your body. We are as solar powered as the foods we eat, and to deny your body the source of warmth and light is to deplete your feel good hormones and everything else you were built to live in. So think about that in the winter, how you just feel ugh. And then in the summer, you get to sit outside even 10 minutes and you just feel so good in your body.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely stand beside this one. This is such a good one. Even taking a 10-minute walk
Mm-hmm.
outside can help you feel so much better in your body,
Yeah. Well,
mentally, physically.
this really makes me think about vitamin D
Yes.
because vitamin D is one of the nutrients that powers the immune system. And if you think about it,
Mm,
we don't spend as much time outside in the winter because of the
no,
cold. We don't create as much vitamin D because we don't spend as much time outside.
right.
And when do we have the sickness, the cough, the cold, the flu? When do we get all the
Hmm.
sickness? It's not because the sickness just, I mean, it's not thriving and growing in the snow.
Hmm.
I mean, our immune
Exactly.
systems are not as good, and we're spending so much time indoors.
Oh, yes, we are.
We
I
create the
try to sit
problems.
by the windows at least just to get the light off the windows.
Well, Mike's really good about it in the wintertime. He literally puts on a heavy coat and a hat and goes walking. And
Good for him.
even in the snow and
That's
everything
awesome.
else,
That's
I
awesome.
am not that brave. I watch him from the window.
Hi,
That's my
Mike.
part.
Have a good
That's my
walk.
part. That's my part. Enjoy that.
I'm treadmill girl in the winter, and my treadmill faces the window. We have one window in our basement, so it faces that window so I can see light, and it really helps.
Oh, yeah. I
But
bet. I bet. Yeah. So,
oh,
what about 15? Not having anything more
15.
important to base your self worth on.
Then
So,
your body.
that's
Yes.
interesting. That's interesting. How many people base whether they love themselves or not by what they look like?
Yes. Again, that's the
Think about it.
superficial, shallow. That's sad. Um, and hopefully in time they can learn to love all the different things about themselves,
Yeah.
not just their
Yeah.
body and how it looks.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's very, very commonplace, especially like if you were someone who was you consider yourself very attractive at a young age and then you don't
Mhm.
feel like that anymore in your
Mhm.
50s and 60s. Like that can
Mhm.
really be not only just a hit to the ego, but just a frustration where you feel stuck and you don't know what to
Right.
do and all
Right.
of those things. So it's so important to base our self-worth on something more than just what we look
Absolutely.
like. Yeah.
And that goes into 16 where, I've heard of people doing this. I've never
Hmm.
experienced this, but where let's say you gain weight and your husband or wife says, "Yuck, I don't like how you look. You're not attractive to me." How
Yeah.
damaging that can be to someone. That's
Yes.
awful. And how
Yes.
shallow
Yes.
and superficial that is. That Randy has loved me through every weight I've been. And he amazes me that way because I don't think
I
I
feel like
used to be that
Randy
way.
probably is at his high school fighting weight right now and probably has been his entire life. Has he
Yeah.
ever been wavered, really?
Actually, when he was in the Air Force, he had to work nights and he had a hard time staying awake. So he would eat his way through his shift and he gained weight.
How
And
often do we do that? How often do
yes.
we work? Quite often, I'll work with truck drivers and
Mhm.
they'll say they work long shifts just driving and
Mhm.
like to stay awake, they're
Wake,
just
yep.
snack, snack, snack,
Oh my
drink, drink,
gosh.
drink.
And then they have this
And
amazing tea that can keep you awake.
yes, and when they make that swap, it's game changer for
It
them.
is. Marcus
Yeah,
is a perfect example of that.
yeah. And 17, I feel like we already dealt with.
I do
Celebrities'
too.
body, social media, blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
Yep.
that can really disguise us. But I
Right.
love 18,
I do too.
forgetting what our bodies were meant to do. Our bodies are meant to laugh and play and jump and hug and love. And there's literally zero evolutionary advantage to having some chiseled hip bones to help you do any of that.
Right.
Looking good, okay, is not going to give you any
No,
evolutionary advantage. You are not going
no,
to live in this, you're not going to live to be 101 because you look good. It's never going to happen.
absolutely not.
It's all about metabolic health. It's all
Mm-hmm.
about really getting healthy from the inside out, fixing your gut, working on your immune system, eating the right food. It's not about looking good. It's about
Right.
feeling good.
Right.
It's about
And,
feeling good.
I'm what, 10, 15 years ahead of you in life. And I wish that I knew at your age what I know now. But thankfully, I've always been on sort of a health track in my life. But
Yeah,
just being at this age where I can have the energy for the grandkids, I can go on trips with my husband and
I
not have a
love it.
walker, not have a walking stick. It
Hmm.
is a gift to be able to do that. And I do not take it for granted. I am so thankful. As I looked around that ship that we were on, how many people were in wheelchairs and walkers and canes. And I just said, oh, I'm so thankful that that is not me.
Yeah,
And I'm going to do
yeah,
everything I can to continue to be the healthiest version I can of myself. And you are so much further ahead of me than I was at that age. So that is awesome because not only will you be playing with your grandkids, you'll probably be out there, you know, playing pickleball with them,
yeah. Let's do
right?
it.
Let's
Oh,
do it. And
I
Erin
would
just turned
totally.
8. So in
My baby.
20 years, she could possibly have a child.
Well,
And you're
my
going to be,
oldest is 20, girl.
oh my
I'm a
goodness.
I'm a lot
Before that, you'll
closer
be a
to there
grandma.
being a grandbaby.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a lot closer in
Yes.
20 years to having a
Oh
grandbaby.
my
So, yeah, Allison, I hope you're not listening to this right now because I'm not ready
gosh.
today. Ma'am, calm down.
No.
But I'm just saying, I'm just saying,
Yes.
yeah, and
You are
I'm
closer.
excited. Yeah, I'm excited about it. And you're right. I am going to be the one who wants to challenge them at pickleball, and I'm going to beat
Yes,
them,
I can see
Tanya.
it. I
I'm gonna be
know. I
competitive
can
about
see
it,
that. I
and
can
I'm
see
going to be
that.
after it, and
Yes.
I'm going to challenge them just like I challenge my own children. I'm not nice to them either.
Oh,
I make sure I win.
you're competitive. I love it.
Just with my own kids.
Yeah,
It's
that's
funny.
fine. Yeah,
It's
that's fine.
funny. With everybody else, I'm just like, whatever. But with my own
Yeah,
children, I give them a hard time and we have a lot of fun with it. So I
that's
absolutely love
good.
that. I love that
Nothing
about
wrong with
life.
that.
I love that about
Well,
life.
all right. So next week, chapter 20, goals to set that are more about enjoying what you have than chasing what you don't.
Ooh,
So
that'll be good
the
too.
themes, I see these themes running through this book because we've talked about this before, living in the moment, being grateful for things around us,
They're the themes of
looking for the,
life.
yes, exactly.
And
So
that's
I
the whole
love
point of
this.
this. That's the
It
whole
is.
point of us to make us really think about the subconscious programming we've had and make change.
It is
Honestly.
so important. And I was just looking, there's 100 chapters. So we are 1/5 of the way through this. Wow.
Yes, and
I'm
whether
so,
anyone tunes in to listen to us or not, we're going to
we
keep
don't
talking
care.
about this
Yes,
stuff because I mean, we love you and all, but we also don't care if you love what we have to say because we
exactly.
love being able to help people in any way we can.
Yes,
And
it's so
hopefully,
rewarding.
hopefully we can.
Yeah,
So, Thursday will be on Facebook. Like Davey's coming on, and she's going to talk
awesome.
about her battle with type 2 diabetes and
Okay.
how she's put it in remission and how she's gotten off all her meds, and she's super excited to talk to us. And I really love her story because she is what I call skinny fat. She is this
Mm-hmm.
teeny tiny little skinny person with a fatty liver. And so many
Yes.
people don't realize that teeny tiny little skinny people can be type 2 diabetic too.
Mm-hmm.
And teeny tiny little skinny people can also have a fatty liver.
Mm-hmm.
And it really resonates with me because I was someone who was only holding on to an extra 30 pounds, which to most people is like, what's the bit? You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Yep.
20, 10, 20, 30 pounds is not the end of the world, right? End all be all.
Right.
But I was really struggling with my metabolic health, with my inflammation, with my blood pressure, when the list went on and on and on. And I would have people remark to me all the time, how are you on so much medication? You're kind of a small person. Like, how are you so sick?
Right. And
Yeah.
you were on a lot of meds, and now you're not.
So, yep. So I think
That's
Davey's
awesome.
going to be a great interview on Thursday.
Great.
So
I
I'm
can't wait
really
to hear it.
excited about it.
Yes.
I'm excited about it. So thank you so much, everybody who
Thank
joined
you.
us. Thank you, Tonya, as
Thank
always.
you. So good to see
And
you.
can't wait to see you next week. This will be
I'll see you
great.
next week. Thank you.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
You too.